little ducks was my grandma's, Grandma Johnson's.
Oh, really? Well,
And the clock, where's Dad? He needs to be in here. Clock. On top of the cabinet.
and what were you saying about it striking all the time?
It struck every hour all night long, and we had to go down and stay all night.
When did you build the cabinet?
Oh my gosh. I have no idea, do you?
What's that?
When did you build the cabinet?
Oh,
It's
I
after
built it for her dolls.
After we came down here, so it's been after 72.
Pretty much figurines, except the bottom's got some dolls, looks like.
The horse and the mountain man was made by Ralph's sister Donna,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and the figurines came from all over the United States and part of the world.
How many's in there, do you know?
No, I don't. I don't have any idea.
There's your part of Christmas decorations there.
Yeah, the nutcrackers, and four of them actually came from Germany.
Oh, okay.
I could get those out again.
Anything else?
Now that picture up there, you can tell more about that picture.
It was made by Colonel Miller's. I don't know, we got a note behind it, I'd probably forget. That's just a deal about Seth Hinckley. She was Colonel Miller's sister, weren't she? Used to live south of Lanthus. He was an auctioneer, and his sister painted that. In 1870.
Oh, that goes back a ways, doesn't it?
And this table here is from the Hunley House at Albany. Let me go get a cough drop.
So that one's from the Hunley house as well. What about the chairs and couch?
This chairs is from the Hunley House.
What about that little stool over there? Or maybe a little table it is, study table or something?
I don't know, we picked that up, but I don't know where.
Oh, okay.
But this two-piece set here is from Hawthorne. About that at Hawthorne's in Stanberry. And that, Dad made that cabinet when we were in Iowa.
Yeah.
And all of these Christmas deer are from the collection of Fritz and Floyd.
Fritz and Floyd, I'm not familiar with.
It's a real exclusive. Get it at Dillard's.
That cabinet goes back to the Yeadon Bradshaw family.
Oh, I thought he made that cabinet.
No, he had to redo it. It was in about.
I could always remember being at the Newman farm. She was a Yeadon.
Anything else about these
That
tables?
little
Or?
marble top was from Miss Hall
Oh, okay.
across the road. Christmas tree was from Mark and Brenda.
It is?
Years ago, you gave me a gift certificate. Some kind of a garden place out there just across from Jones's.
Oh, okay.
Beverly and I went down after Christmas and off that tree.
Who painted the house?
It's been a long time, but it's been a good tree.
Who painted this painting here?
Okay.
Mel Panner, he was an art teacher at Stanbury. And Doug Keever painted the log cabin. He was an art teacher from Stanbury.
And this three-piece set was bought at an auction over north of Albany. Had to
Okay.
be all repaired and redone. That's about it, I guess, in here.
What about that chair?
Just an old chair we bought on an auction.
Looks uncomfortable, doesn't it?
It is. That's the reason it's never used.
Where did you get that painting on the wall above the piano?
When we first came down, after we bought the house, I went into Hawthorne's and I saw that hanging in there, and I said,
Oh.
I gotta have it. It's a French chess game, I think's what they called it.
I never knew where that came from. Anything else here in the living room?
I think that's about it. Did you get that bottom shelf, or
I will.
do you need to? Maybe you
Oh,
don't
sure.
need to.
Is there any of your figures that are particularly valuable?
Not really down there.
Dad probably made that bed.
Yeah, and all of this little, to get through. From here over, Dad had made all that doll furniture for his mother.
Yep. There's a lot of pieces in there.
This one we got at Victoria, Canada.
Oh, okay.
And these two down here, Donna, his sister Donna made. She was so good with her ceramics.
Mm-hmm. And with painting as well.
Yeah. All the furniture in here Dad made.
Who painted the picture of the church?
Doug Keever, art teacher, Stanbury.
And Mr. Erb, I think, painted this one, didn't he?
That was Dick Erb.
Art teacher in Nishna Valley.
Yeah. I think he got inspired by that
By what?
that birdhouse that we made,
Oh, okay.
pigeon house, I guess you'd call it.
Who made this one?
Mom.
I thought that was the case. Well, your castings up there.
Oh, got castings everywhere.
That picture was bought at Nickerson Farms at Cameron. Don't think they're even in existence anymore. It's a restaurant. And this set goes back to 1965 or something like that.
I know it goes a long ways back. I can remember it.
Now, Dad had to, it was his month to decorate the teacher's lounge, and he made that set. Nothing else unusual over there in the pictures. A lot more castings up there.
What were you saying about those bricks?
They came from the stockyards in St. Joe, Missouri.
Now, the original fireplace wasn't, it came out to here, right?
Yeah, this is just one brick thicker, and we put a back on it the same. Then the hearth, outer part of it is from the same brick.
That's back when you used that fireplace to heat the whole house, right?
Oh, yeah. I tell you, it still scares me. It's when we had to burnt the place down.
Yep, I understand that.
Well, when we quit using altogether is when Brent lost his house. We decided no more fireplace.
And then you almost set this one on fire with the other thing.
Yeah.
Castings and books. A lot of yearbooks.
Those are good ones.
What's inside the cabinets?
Books. Old stuff. Ready for the...
Sure.
Okay.
Start right here, I guess.
Yeah, just silver collection. Let's see. This is my great-great-grandmother's bonnet.
Oh,
Yeah, can't get it back up there. When Almy died, the boys, she had that, of course, preserved in that bonnet, so they sent it up to me.
who made the paper turkey?
Stacy made that when she was a little kid, and every year I forget to take the thing down. I just leave it up there.
I know you guys refinished the corners, but Dad made the center one, didn't he?
Yeah, he made the center one, and he made this one over here.
Now, don't some of your bowls and plates have meaning? They're from somebody that
Oh, yeah.
family members or something?
Yeah, I think they're marked.
Okay.
Most of these, not most of them, the plates in the back there, those were old Neva's. Some of these others are. That thing, it's like wearing a life jacket.
Well, and down below, she has all of her glasses and plates also.
Yeah, do we need to open up those?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't take a minute.
That's her old Country Rose set.
Yes.
What is this? This is Style House China.
Yeah, that was,
A whole set of that.
Ralph had give that to me one Christmas, was gonna give it to me from a Christmas present. And we bought our first dining room table in Iowa. And we went down to Montgomery Ward's about 2 weeks before, and he said, "Your china's in." So there went my Christmas presents. He really hated that.
So those are glasses. And then over here, she has
Stemware.
her stemware that us kids bought you a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's got the, I think they're
That's
crystal
okay.
with gold rings. And more dishes.
These are antique bone dishes. When they used to have it, serve fried chicken, you put your bone, put this beside your table, and they put their bones in that. I used them a time or two, but nobody knew what they were for. And Dad made this table. End table.
This one?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Uncle Henry had his grandmas like that. And I don't know where you asked him for it or what, but they didn't want to get rid of it, so he just copied it and made one like it.
And so Dad built this one too, didn't he, in the corner?
And Donna made that Christmas tree on them. When she first started that, every holiday she brought me something that, like, never would take it.
Ethel Hall gave us this table and Dad furnished the marble top for it.
Oh, okay.
It had a bad top on it.
She had a pretty good doll collection. I wondered what they did.
And I made the cabinet behind you.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Kids.
What's in here, Brenda?
Oh, don't open that. That's just junk.
Junk.
He made that little tilt top table.
Yeah.
How about this table?
No, we bought that. Well, the bottom is Miss Hall's.
Anybody, paint the picture?
I don't know about the picture.
Mary Pierce.
Is that
Armstrong
right?
Painted that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And this one came from the Hall Estate, Mark. This one came
Yeah.
from the Hall Estate. You already got that?
Well, the table did. The top came from Granddad Pierce.
Right.
And then you got that one, it's painted by Kathy Bell.
Kathy Bell. I made her a lot of big picture frames for her paintings, so she just painted that for me.
Oh, okay. Like that worked out pretty good. Anything else in here?
I think that's about it. This one, we went over to the Hawaiian Islands, had it shipped back. And it wasn't 2 weeks till I went in town and they had to come just like it.
That figures.
Nothing much in here except just this set was bought every year at Pioneer Mutual. I'd get $100 Christmas gift, so I went across the street and bought this for $100.
That's been a long time ago.
Oh my!
How about this pan? Is there any significance in that?
No, I just bought that in town at an antique shop.
Oh, okay.
And the rooster?
Chris gave it. The girls gave me that rooster several years ago. Dad made the wine bottles.
Right.
And German wagons. We got that in Kansas City, but I don't remember the name of the place. Okay.
Is it an antique?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's old. And,
Dad made all the cabinets, of course.
oh yeah. They need to be refinished. No, I won't look in there.
And we're standing now on where that patio used to be, right?
Yeah.
Used to be the patio right here.
Right.
More cabinets in here, of course, Dad made.
Now this piece looks old. Did it
Yeah.
come from somewhere particular?
Yeah, my Grandpa Johnson made that for Dallas and Zella when they got married in 1932, I believe it was.
Okay.
He made one for Almy and Dallas got married the same year, so he made one for each one. I've got Dallas's and Beverly's got Almy's.
How about the next one? The little one.
Dad had made that potato box.
Yeah.
And this possum belly, he made the top of that. We bought the bottom, but we couldn't, and he made the top.
Anything in here or up above there that,
The only thing, the what do you call it, the bee smoker? Is that what those? That was my
Oh,
grandpa's
yeah.
Johnson's bee smoker.
Oh, yeah, bee smoker.
And that red can, or faded can, Grandma always kept powdered sugar, or brown sugar in that.
Oh,
And
okay.
if we were real good, she'd let us go get some of it eat. Of course, we were always good, so.
Prince Albert.
Yeah.
Where did this one come from?
Shopko at Albany.
Oh, okay. Then more
Wasn't Shopko then, it was some other.
more of Dad's cabinets.
Yeah, they're full of stuff. Don't think there's any antique stuff though. Mostly Christmas. Probably don't need to get out anymore.
Yeah.
Tablecloths. See, I've got that.
Well, the sewing machine for Juanita when we lived in Inyart.
Does it still have the same machine in it?
Yeah, same machine.
I still use it.
She just keeps it oiled up. She's made a lot of clothes for you kids.
Doll clothes for Christians. We made her a lot of doll clothes. Get a drink. I got that. Tablecloth up there. Do you know if we came out from Figures? Okay. You just want to get that home. I'll get it out and we'll get it home for Christmas.
Brenda?
These were Grandma Pierce's.
Well,
These were Grandma Pierce's up there.
yep, I remember
Worry about this
those.
cabinet.
Hmm?
Don't worry about the next cabinet.
Don't worry about the next one.
Oh, no. One of them's got,
Yep, don't worry about that.
that's pretty well lit in here.
What's in these drawers?
John?
The next one's down for the kids.
All the toys.
I was wondering if, in the bathroom for any of your bird figurines, antiques.
And Hazel.
Oh, okay.
Hazel Margaret.
So they are old then?
Yeah, that's the only one that I know of, and that's their old.
Okay.
And I think it's bothering the community more than it is me to use paper plates. I told one of the ladies in town, I said, well, we're gonna use paper plates. Oh, you never use paper plates. I said, yeah, we're going to this year. Well, maybe you can find some that are pretty. Been 45 years and I've never used paper plates for Christmas and
Right.
Thanksgiving.
And we don't have to this year, you know, that's
Well, we're going to this year, just see if it tastes any different. This is my dad. We were down to Dan's one time when they lived in that cabin. And this was given to me when we moved down by Beverly Blue. She was my good best
Oh,
friend.
yeah.
So, I think that's about it downstairs. I do have that collection of Deer Steins.
What about this table here? Does it have,
We just bought it at Montgomery Ward.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we went to, with you guys, it was at a Montgomery Ward, kind of an outlet type.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's about it. This, we give this to, get that down. Give that to my mom and dad when the first year we were married for Christmas.
Well, that goes back a ways too then.
Right.
Daughters of the American Revolution.
this picture was made by Ralph's mother, Neva.
Yeah.
And this I got because it reminded me of Brenda McIntosh, and she was a little girl.
Yeah.
And these were my, Joseph was going to be my great grandparents, Joseph and Sarah. And on the other, Billy Bass was my great granddad.
He was a railroad engineer.
This guy was
Yeah.
He's from England.
like Wizard of Oz stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of funny the way they had in town where I bought a lot of my antique stuff. I said, oh, I just love those. She'd already sold them. I didn't say anything, so about a month later she said, I've got those in for you. So I thought, well, I got to take it. So that picture and those pictures are from the Hunley house. This is from the Hunley house, and it was gold filled, but most of the gold has fallen off by now.
But it was when you got it.
And it had quite a, well, you can see, it's quite a bit on there when we first got it.
Like a bunch of diplomas.
Yeah. And these two pictures, Pinky and Blue Boy, and I bought them in Red Oak just before we moved down, 1972.
I never really paid much attention that you had so much art.
And the two pictures, the two black, I don't know what you call those pictures, there was a few years they were really popular, but those come from Harold Hicks's sale.
Oh, our neighbor.
And these I bought when we got married. My Aunt Almy gave us a set just like this. In some way, they got all broke. Boys.
Probably.
And then this set come from the Mayor Gooding and Stanbury's auction, and I bought it for you boys to take to college because I was never getting my furniture back. They'd take it over and I'd never get it back. So then when we got it home, Ralph said, well, I think I can fix that up, so we kept it. This is the pew from the Greenridge Church at Gentry. It's where my
Well,
Johnsons went, Methodist Church. And Grandma said they'd set at least 3 hours on those things.
how about the other pieces of furniture?
Now this is from Mark and Brenda,
I think all of us kids went in and bought you that one year.
probably. This is a picture from my Grandma Johnson's estate. I always remember that hanging on the wall when I grew up. This is just part of that set. This is my Grandma Johnson's side saddle.
Well, that looks uncomfortable too.
Oh, I'm sure it would be.
What about your fainting couches over here?
When did we get that? Do you remember? That fainting couch? Oh no, the fainting couch over here. It came from the McDonald Tea Room in Gallatin. And we got it in the early 70s. I don't know much else in here.
Is this other one over to the right, is it an old one?
Oh, yeah. But it's not, we bought it at an auction down in Cosby, Missouri. It's probably 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
That makes into a bed.
Oh, it does? Well, that'd be handy.
Now, is the screen over your fireplace, is that an antique?
No. Re- I got it at that Tuesday morning. That little table was Ralph's mother's that he fixed for her, a little marble top. And then Donna made that pitcher and bowl.
Really?
She was really, really good. That's about. I don't think there's anything in here that's. And you don't want to do the attic, do you?
That's up to you.
No, I don't think so. Mostly the trivets that Dad made. I think that's about it in here. Okay. We got everything in here, I think. Now this church pew, where was it? The church pew,
That come from Lanthus?
That's from Atlantis.
do you need that light on? Or?
It's been shortened, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's half of it. Didn't we give the other half to Shirley?
I think so, yeah.
Those look like some old ladders too.
Yeah, those were.
A lot of quilts.
My dad's ladder wasn't there. The ladder wasn't that Dad's, or
I can't remember for sure.
I'm sure they were.
The chest down there looks old.
Yeah, it was my grandma Messner's.
How many quilts do you have now?
Oh my, I counted them one time, but I can't remember either. Too many. I've given away 65.
Oh, really?
Got one more to give away in there. Well, two. Everly and her birthday, and then I've got putting one together for Jessica's new one. And that's it.
Any other particular things, items here?
Well, these these were pumpkins that my mother had made.
Oh, yeah.
And that cabinet looks old.
And that's her dad's trophies from running.
Where did the cabinet come from?
The what?
Where did that cabinet come from?
Oh, I bought it from a lady because
Oh, okay.
it resembled the one we had. My folks had when I grew up. And I remember at the time Mom said when they had their auction it brought $4.
You got so many medals you can't have a place to put them
I don't know
all.
why those. Did the kids take those down?
Yeah, Thanksgiving they took them all down, and I didn't
Oh.
find a place to put them all back up. I couldn't remember where they come from. So I just hung up what I could.
Yeah, I said if they come Christmas, there's going to be some changes made. I told Dad, I said, now don't let them go anywhere but the doll room.
Hard to tell them youngins no.
And this is the doll room, I bet.
This is the doll room.
Now I've got several of my good dolls that I don't want them to play with. I've got them in, just in this, I just laid them in here. So
Okay. Oh, sorry.
can't see them much, but they're all down there.
Okay.
This was Chris's little chair, and that was Mark's little chair.
Which was which?
This was Chris's, and that was yours over there. Remember that?
I do.
That was my little chair when I was a kid.
Really?
The red one?
Yeah.
Is that when you had to have timeouts?
Probably.
I don't think they had timeouts back then.
No.
That trunk came from the Harold Hicks's. Oh, he gets thrifted dolls.
This one?
Yeah, his auction. He said that when his family came over from Norway, I believe it was, he said, that's all they were allowed, whatever they could get in that trunk.
Wow.
Couldn't bring anything else. Dad made that cradle when Stacy was a baby. The bed, I mean, not the cradle.
Yeah.
Oh, this. Yeah, I remember that.
This is a replica of what you boys had when you were little. Get out of the way here.
No, you're fine.
No, I don't want it in the picture.
Is this doll in the corner particularly ugly or something?
It's a Christmas doll, but I didn't get
Oh.
it out this year.
Okay.
Okay, anything significance on, like this little wagon and the bed, day bed?
Dad I bought over at Albany and at an auction. Dad put, well, just the top and the bottom, then he made the bottom, the mattress part. The wagon didn't have any significance.
Well, it's an old one, it's Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah, it's got a lot of. It's had a lot of use.
I'll bet so.
This is a homemade, well, what would we call that?
Walker?
Walker. Elsie Gage made when his little boy was born, and then his little boy died, and my aunt didn't want to keep it, so I bought it at her auction.
What year would that have been?
Oh my gosh, back in the 30s. Well, yeah, it would have been in the 30s. 'Cause
Which aunt?
Aunt Betty.
Betty? Okay.
It's a Gage.
I remember that toy box.
You guys.
Yeah, it goes back a long ways.
And that quilt I made when Bob was a baby.
Well,
He probably don't want it. Oh, I guess I better take that back downstairs. That's what I used to carry decorations back.
Oh.
Dad made the horse picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, here's that. Here's that. Oh, where is it? Where's that quilt that I was talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Take that one. It's a pretty thing.
I think you used it a few times.
Yeah, I use it some. I don't think it's got any spots on it. I hope it doesn't.
You didn't have the napkins there, just get
Yeah,
yours.
they're downstairs.
Oh, okay.
So remind me. This belonged to my Aunt Elmy. Well, when we lived at her house, when you guys were little, this was called a ship robe, and that's what we kept your clothes in. It had a lot of old yellow enamel on it, and so we stripped it and
Yeah.
used it for decorations. This is from Miss Hall, across the road, sewing rocker.
How about the bench there?
Now, this is from the restaurant above the bowling alley at Albany, back when I was,
Well,
Bob had got the job to tear the building down. We were over there one Sunday afternoon, they had a little kids one, really cute booth. And I said, oh, I want that. It was way up on top. And Bob said, well, no, Mom, it's too dangerous. I'll get it for you tomorrow. Well, when he went back, it was gone. So he felt so bad he got me one of his babies. And it was covered with green enamel. This is an old rope bed that they used to put.
oh, rope. Okay. Where did you get that?
Yeah, same sale we,
Can't remember.
I don't remember, some auction. This was a quilt that I made a few boys' ties and made it into a quilt.
That came out good. That's a lot of work.
It was horrible. Silky stuff, I couldn't get it.
That looks awful familiar.
Yeah, he made that for his dad, or his
Yeah.
mother,
For who?
Neva.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that what the CB used to set on?
Probably was.
CB radio?
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's a pretty small bed.
Yeah, I forget what you call those. Kind of a day bed, I think is what they call it. Now that, I don't know, that other room, I've got so much Christmas stuff out.
That's okay. You got decorations everywhere.
Okay, there's quite a bit of stuff in here that's so telephone. Now that wasn't your folks, was it? I think we
No.
just, oh, that was your folks, okay.
Hmm.
And this was my Grandpa Johnson's. They kept their water bucket sitting on that. It was a drop leaf on the table, and well, they didn't need that, so he sawed it up and made it into,
Use what you got.
yeah. And most of this stuff this was Ralph's. Your grandparents wanted.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it is. Don't remember that stuff. And this was my, oh boy. What do you call that thing?
Harpsichord?
Dulcimer.
Dulcimer.
That's another name for it, yeah.
That was my Grandpa Johnson's.
Oh,
And a neighbor that Ralph used to cut wood for, get wood off of, she had bought it. And then one day she said, I want you to have that, so she gave it to me.
That's nice of her.
that isn't good.
And this was Neva's library table. She said she worked for your uncle and he gave that to her as a, instead of paying her, money away, she got that. Not much else in here this was his grandparents' old bed.
Was it painted like that when they used it?
I think so. He tried to paint it back just like it was.
You know, I've got your mother and dad's bed.
Huh?
I've got your mother and dad's bed in the spare room.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got that. And that was my great grandpa and grandma Messner.
I don't recognize him with a mustache.
Well, that's
Solomon and Sarah Pierce.
I recognize them from the family book, but
and this. Do you remember who this was? Was that your mother's or some of your family? But I don't
I
remember.
can't remember. The old incubator we got at an auction, didn't we?
Yeah, well, no, I bought it off of Jim Newman.
Okay.
Well, it's stuck. It
Brenda,
won't come out. I don't think we can get it out. It's swelled up. Yep, it's stuck there. That's for
okay,
sure.
that's all right.
Anyway, it pulled out.
In the place where you put eggs to incubate them?
eggs, and Mom used to have one. It was bigger, but we didn't. She had to roll eggs, what you call it, roll them every day. Turn
Oh,
them.
yeah.
That was my brother and I's job to do that. Shoot, I wish that wasn't.
Don't pull around on it. We'll get it loosened up.
Yeah.
You'll pull something in your back and be right back where you were.
Well, yeah. I guess that's about it in here.
Except your closet, her decorations in the closet, she got that full.
This is a box for those Fritz and Floyds.
Oh,
So if
okay.
you've ever heard of any Fritz and Floyd Christmas decoration, cheap,
Grab 'em.
Oh,
grab it. I think Shirley got me started on that.
Oh, that all right.
I didn't, before I didn't pay much attention to whether it was 10 cents or what.
I didn't even know this was back here.
Was that right?
See, this is an old section, or is this
No,
part
it's
of the
new.
that
These
was
two are
already-
new.
Okay.
In fact, this was supposed to have been just one walk-in closet, the whole thing. And we decided once in a while we need another bedroom. Of course, we don't anymore. Well, I guess once in a while we use. That's about it for here.
Okay.
Mark's room.
Now, did you make note of this table here? It says Debbie Johnson?
No, my granddad made that.
Yeah, she talked about it.
Oh, okay.
When did you make that toy box? Probably before I was born, I expect.
Yeah.
Chris was just a real young kid.
At
Seemed like he lived on the
about
folks
the year,
farm.
about the year you were born, 52.
Okay. I know there's lots of slides in here. Lots and lots of slides. Some of them I need to get captured one of these days.
Oh, you've done enough already.
Not much in here, but it's,
More slides.
that's about it. I said you ought to take those down. But
Take them down.
no, I said you ought to take them home with you.
Oh,
Anyway, let me see.
pink room with purple carpet.
Yeah. And I don't know much about these tables.
Oh, what about the bed?
We got that in an auction at Stanger and Mayor Goodings, and it was just like it is. We didn't have to finish it or nothing. It was beautiful.
Where'd this old desk come from?
I know somewhere we picked it up in an auction and just. Dad had made the cradle years ago.
Yeah.
The wardrobe?
Now that was my great grandpa Johnson's wardrobe. And that was the stuff that you put together when you had your motorcycle rack.
Yeah. Yeah, that wardrobe's probably one of Brenda's favorite pieces.
I saw one once at an antique store. It wasn't in near as good a shape as that.
Yeah. I said the only way that the guy that got that when my great grandparents, they sold stuff, he never had any children.
Oh.
So it stayed perfect. We didn't have to do anything with it. Dad made the two sleighs.
Yeah.
And I suppose the most valuable thing in here would be that desk. This is a Abe Lincoln desk.
Well,
this
I
pulls
didn't.
out and you study.
I did not know that did that. Had no idea.
So it's, okay. Can you pull it? Look like I beat her disc.
And then this probably goes down like this.
Yeah,
When it closes anyway.
yeah. I think we got that from your dad, didn't we?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
My memory
I
don't
think that
serve me
corner
very
has to go in
well.
just a little bit more, yeah. Okay.
That's about it. Here.
Bedroom.
Okay.
I remember when you got that brass bed.
Yeah. This was my mother's quilt.
Your mother's?
Well, when I was a kid, she had 10 blocks, and I would play with those all the time. She never did get it finished, so when I retired, I said, I want those blocks. So I put enough of them together to make the whole quilt.
It's great.
But I said, you can't hardly tell the new ones from the old ones. And then this bedspread, I bought over at the Amish in Jamesport,
It's handmade.
and then I quilted it.
Oh, you quilted it. Oh, that's really pretty.
And let me see, I don't think there's anything. Oh, that was, you can tell them about that.
I got that from Uncle Hank. That was Grandma and Grandpa Kearse's cabinet. It dates back, I forget the name of it, but it dates back to an early date.
You've got one out in the shed that they started out with, didn't you?
Yeah, he has. That yard-long picture, they call it. The dogs and the cats. He got that from his Aunt Bashy. She had it. Give it to him. That was my granddad Pierce's too.
Did Donna do this one?
No, that was, what was his name? Smith from Blockton, Iowa was there before.
Boy, every closet's full, isn't it?
Everything's full.
I look around, I wonder, I thought, what were we thinking?
You guys get the tables in this chair?
The table, this is a 12-foot table that came from, we bought over at Miss Hall's auction. The claw feet. The gas lamp was my grandpa Hester.
Oh, okay.
And the red chair was Ralph's folks, but he'd you know, what do I want to say?
Recovered or refurbished?
Recovered and then refinished all. And this doesn't have any, I mean, we just bought it at an auction.
Who did this?
Rhonda
Oh, that's just a pencil sketch, and who did make it?
Jennings, her last name was Jennings. Rhonda Jennings, I think it was.
Huh, she's the one that had an accident in,
No, her brother did.
oh, okay.
Brenda Jennings.
Brenda, yeah, I knew this. I think that's about it.
Nothing about these two tables over here?
No, that one I just bought somewhere. Well, this one came from Kansas. We went down to one of my mom's aunt's auctions and down at Ark City, Kansas, and I bought that. So it's old too. I think that's it.
That's a lot.